in New York right now. I am spending the summer a little bit in Europe, but it's
Cool.
a fun time. What about you?
Where in Europe?
Right now I'm in France.
France. Oh, you're near to me. I'm in Switzerland.
Well, I'm not even kidding. I'm going there like in a week. So
No way.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
I
gonna be in Spain in a week, so we're not able to see each other.
well, are you going to somewhere like Palma or
No,
Valencia?
no, it's called Malaga. It's Marbella,
Mal.
near Marbella, near Marbella.
Okay, okay. Sounds like a fun summer spot then.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. It's gonna be the first boys trip, so we're gonna see how it's gonna come.
So I made it out of the group chat. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, very nice, very nice. So you're calling from Switzerland.
Mhm.
Uh, Forgive me if I mispronounce it. Is it Renor or how do I
Yeah,
pronounce it?
perfect. Absolutely.
Renor.
Every New Yorker can say my name perfectly.
Okay,
Yesterday I had a call with a New Yorker. They said it very good, so yeah.
there we go. We're two for two. So good. So Renor, you are in lead generation, just like the rest of us. I see.
No, no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm an AI agency. I build
Yep,
automations for consultants and coaches.
yep.
And I'm not really sure how we came into contact. Like, is it LinkedIn?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple different ways. I've been promoting some things. It's either email or LinkedIn. I'll say.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Got
Yes. Yeah, so I did look at your website. I was joking about the lead gen part. Uh,
it.
but everybody is doing their own lead generation always,
Yeah,
right? So to speak.
this is true.
Yeah, so you're in the AI agency space. Are you looking to do like get more inboxes for yourself, for your clients, for your setup? What does that look like?
Yeah, it's mostly for myself because what I see most of the time, or with my outreach, especially my email outreach, I get like this negative replies from like, where did you get my contact and all that. And I'm just gonna find another way to generate email inbounds, no, email leads.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like, because currently I'm just buying these leads from trusted leads, and yeah, apparently it's not so. People are not a fan of getting random emails. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it depends, right? Um, I've been doing lead gen for the last couple of years here. The biggest thing that I've found from my experience is all about the relevancy,
hmm,
right? So if you just bought an apple and you bought a banana, okay,
yeah,
maybe it makes sense to approach you with a strawberry, right, for your smoothie.
yes,
So, but if I approach you with a chainsaw, it just doesn't make sense, right?
got it.
So, you said you're using trusted leads. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's like a combination of Apollo and trusted leads. So you get like a Apollo link. You give
Yep,
them the link, and they just find all the leads. You don't have to pay for Apollo subscription. Yes.
yep, yep, yeah. There's definitely a lot of resellers out there.
Hmm.
Uh, just curious, like, what do they charge you per 1,000?
Yeah, so the like 3 days ago, I bought 8,000 leads for $50, so it's very cheap, and it's verified emails. So I'm
Yep,
pretty thankful for that. It's pretty okay, but yeah, my delivery is very good. Instantly is going pretty well with when it comes to this, but the way I'm doing outreach, I don't know, it's bad. Like the last 2 weeks, only bad replies, only negative, so I have to change something up.
cool. Yeah, if you don't mind sharing, like, so I mean, I've had an agency the last couple of years here. I've helped out with some pretty big clients. I've helped like Any Mail Finder, maybe you've heard of them.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know.
I've helped out Lead Magic as well, and a lot of other big players in the space.
Cool.
Of course, there's a ton of resellers out there, as well as like other agencies that I've helped. Are you familiar with like Furlough.com?
No, I never heard of it.
Well, they're one of the largest digital marketing agencies out there. They do all sorts of things, right? They have
Mhm.
different pillars, so to speak. But
Got it.
maybe if you get a chance later on, you can see that on my YouTube or on my website. But
Okay.
what I'm really trying to get to here is there's many ways to take this call. Let's say there's either the infrastructure part that we can help you on. So the actual email sending, that's like stuff that I've invested into with my software. There's the actual leads portion, which is like what you're currently paying, what, $50 for 8,000 leads, or like the other types of, let's say, strategy that you unlock along the way, right? I'm sure
Got it.
you know many things about automation that I don't know, but
Yeah,
I've invested my time into, lead generation.
cool.
So, which of those three kind of really interests you most right now?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I just want to have sales calls, man. I really just want outreach to be working. I
Yeah,
want like some kind of numbers. I would just want to have book some like appointments, and this is the biggest struggle currently. And I'm gonna be honest, like every guy I talk to when it comes to like sales, I just tell them, dude, don't even come up with sales because I didn't have a sales call in months. So it was like 1.5 months ago where I had a real sales call coming from outreach. I had yesterday a sales call, but it was mouth to mouth. I don't want that. You know, it's cool.
yeah,
You know, love it. Getting some leads in there, but it's not measurable. I don't know. It's not like I can optimize it or whatever. So yeah, my main goal is just some kind of strategy in outreach where I book appointments and I can measure it. I can say, okay, when I send 1,000 emails, I get 5 or 10 replies, and 3 or 4 are sales calls. Cool.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's totally natural. So I think what would be a best use of our time here before I kind of give you any type of solution for, the regular stuff or the advanced stuff. I'm happy to look at it, your actual copy right now, and kind of give you a couple frameworks to think about. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Absolutely, man. Cool. Should I open my instantly?
Yes, that would be best. If you could just open
Perfect.
it, I can kind of give you like a free audit there, and then we can also look at the copy together.
Nice.
So maybe if you could just start with the inboxes. So on the
Yeah.
left-hand side, there's
Yeah,
that.
what I can show you first is the replies that I've got in the last few days, so you know what I'm talking about.
Cool.
So you see, it's only red. You know, it's only red,
Yeah. The
and
wave
it's
of
not the stuff that I'm offering. Like I'm offering a cool thing, I believe, because I got good feedback for it, and I have testimonials. But I think it's the way that I'm doing outreach and the way that I'm structuring my copy. I don't know. But let's
sure.
see. So this is the complete one. You see 13 replies, only one opportunity. And same
Hmm.
goes with this one, 17 replies, one opportunity. And yeah, so which one do you want to look at? These are the newest ones. I've built them Sunday.
Whichever you think you're most confident in so far.
Okay. So let's go for 2A. Okay. Yeah. So in this one, for quick context,
Yep.
for the first liner, I was using my own script, which I wrote with Python, which goes out and scrapes information from the website and just gives me like a quick, one-liner. And I've done both of these campaigns, 1A and 1B with it. So it's gonna see icebreaker, right? And
Yes.
this was bad. You know, you saw the results. People didn't like the one-liner here. Was just, yeah, not good.
Yeah. So if you could just click on one of the campaigns real quick, and then click
Mhm.
on the preview. I'll just read it real quick.
Got it.
But fundamentally, even before I read the copy, I just want actually before click out of the preview real quick.
Yeah.
I'll give you a couple pointers here. So first one, yes, you definitely know how to spin tax,
Mhm.
but in today's age, you need to spin tax way, way more. All right.
More. Okay.
Basically, any non-variable should be spin taxed. So
Hmm.
after helping 20 plus consultants, like it could be 21, 22, 23, 24, right? You could write
Hmm.
that in words as well. These things only matter because of deliverability, right?
Hmm.
You want to be as unique for each message as possible for each static word. Additionally, the from a from a 30,000 foot view, this message is very long.
Hmm.
And to give you the first framework, it's not very benefit oriented the first line. So what I found has worked best is you cut straight to the chase. you basically cut through the noise with the value of what you're trying to offer.
Okay.
So in this particular case, you're trying to offer an audit into their business, right? Which is
Yes.
natural. But we're gonna reframe that real quick for you here in a second.
Okay.
But the audit is misplaced. Audit is part of the sales process,
Mm-hmm.
so that's sales capture. Whereas with here, it's supposed to be a lead generation, right? So lead gen and lead capture, two different mechanisms.
Got it.
So we want to generate interest, right? So how do you generate interest? This is the key one that I'm going to give you, is perceived value, right? So the way you actually interest somebody in this particular case, for let's say your automation business, would be maybe a specific automation that you've made for them,
Mm-hmm.
right? So not everything that you have to pitch has to be done at this moment. You can
Yes.
always get a positive reply, get them onto the meeting, see if they're a good fit, and then create the thing for them, right?
Absolutely.
Right? You don't necessarily have to have everything prepared and then only finally pitch.
Mm-hmm.
So this is called like pre-market validation, in other
Got
words, right? So if you could just preview the message real quick now.
Yes. Well, quick question again. You said use more spin text,
Yes.
generate interest, audit is part of the sales process. Anything else
The audit,
that
those are the main points I would say so far.
I
And then the next point would be like the message needs to be basically 2 lines or less in the first message. Okay. Okay, so into onboarding clients. All right, so fundamentally also within your offer, like even the first sentence, I know a little bit about your business, Renard. So I know that there's more powerful revenue generating automations that you can probably pitch.
Yes.
Onboarding in particular is efficiency, and
Mhm.
efficiency is way lower value than new money, right? Efficiency is once you've already kind of established a process and now you're just trying to automate some things out, which is natural in your business. But
Yeah.
that doesn't automate what, let's say, what you're wanting, right? Look at your own needs. You're wanting to automate your revenue generation process.
Mhm.
You're wanting, for example, what many people call an AI agent that will AI SDR, right? A sales guy,
Mhm.
or a specific sales process because it's going to unlock new revenue. Not necessarily working on your onboarding right now,
Got it.
right?
Understood.
So yeah, I would rethink about what type of offer. There's what in the business equation. There is revenue, there's expenses, and there's profit. Revenue is most attractive to people.
Yes.
Expenses come after, I'll say, right? And that's typically a very timing-based sale. And then
Mhm.
profit is last, naturally, right? People want to increase revenue first because
Mhm.
then they come with expenses. So I would tailor a totally different offer for yourself, even. I would look into some type of revenue-based or revenue-attached AI automation that you can pitch forward. And a message could look like something like this. So, and we can come up with this on a later call as well. But hey, Renor, we created a thing they want,
Mhm.
or like automation they want. I'll say revenue-based automation they want. Um,
Got it, man. Makes so
Specifically
sense.
for niche, or I'll say their niche
Damn.
businesses. Would you like to see it in action? And then say it does action they want to automate. I'll say dream action. So I just sent you that in the Google chat here, and
Perfect.
kind of break down this for you because this is very personalized, right? And this is where you use a lot of AI things
Yes.
and basically tailor the revenue-based automation they want, right? So we created, let's say, a AI SDR
Mm-hmm.
that warm calls all of the email responses from your instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to see it in action?
Cool.
As
Makes sense.
simple as that, right? Of
Yes.
course, you'd like to see it in action. Perfect. Now, what you can do with the reply is offer a free audit or a free consultation call once they're already attracted to you,
Got it.
right? Reducing friction of the sale by making it free. You're showing you're an expert because it's a consultation or an audit. That's the way you're framing it. And then now you
Mm-hmm.
can start to get your basically product demo or your sales calls within that setting. So that's how I'd
You're
run it for
the
you, right?
understood. You're the third person who's telling me to do the audit free because I always do it paid until now. But I think it's
Well,
makes sense to
so
make it
so
because they
so
get
here's the thing.
big
Right?
value, with the audit itself.
Yeah, so that's really good. There's different things that we can use along the sales process to add friction or to make it paid as well. But I would say for particularly cold email,
Mm-hmm.
where they don't know you, they don't have a reason to trust you, and they just don't know have any context about you. You want to be as easy as possible to attract,
Yeah, got it.
right? So later on, you could say you could do a first free audit, and maybe you could even delegate that to a tool or a team member that's not you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Later on, that's when you can start to really capitalize on the paid ones, a paid consultation or paid deposit even. There's some nifty things you can do, right? The
Yeah.
deposit's fully refundable, but we need you to put 500 down because of this, and that for commitment.
Yes.
Things like that. That's really what you're aiming for with that paid consultation, right? You're not really going to earn much from, I don't know, a $200 to $500 an hour consultation. You're going to earn mainly from the automation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
but yeah, like this is kind of like high level stuff before we get into other things.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to provide you as much value as I can here
You're doing
initially.
absolutely. Thank you very much, man.
Sure. Yeah. So in order for like a strategy like this to work,
Mm-hmm.
there's basically a couple different things that you need, of course. You have some of them already, which is you need your instantly, let's say an email sequencer. You need your email inboxes, preferably a couple thousand sends per day capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, which you're experiencing right now, you need good relevant leads.
Yes.
Now, most people right now are buying leads through something like a reseller, like an Apollo reseller.
Mm-hmm.
And while that can work if you have other context points, most people are doing it wrong. And I'm assuming you were kind of putting in, okay, I want a CEO of a SaaS company or a consultant company, and that's really it, right? Is that correct, or am I wrong?
Yeah, until now, I always did coaches and consultants and like business consultants and all that.
Yeah,
Executive consultants. Yeah.
yeah. So the big difference that you should explore, this is with or without me here, is intent. Think
Mm-hmm.
about ads for a second, Google ads or Facebook ads. What are the users doing for Google to charge you or for Facebook to charge you? They're clicking on an action and they're self-enrolling,
Yeah.
right? So now, if we find other areas of the internet, such as LinkedIn groups, LinkedIn posts, communities,
Oh.
different product users, all of a sudden they have self-enrolled into that specific action.
Mm-hmm.
So if we know, for example, here's a strategy I can give you. If we know that they're following another AI automation guru and they're interacting with their posts and they're commenting on their lead magnets, well, wouldn't that be a perfect person to reach out to with a valuable uh, kind of lead magnet message like this? Probably would, right?
Yeah.
So with that, you can find certain LinkedIn profiles, and then from there you could probably enrich
Mm-hmm.
using different types of tools. You could also find domains of the people that are on that LinkedIn profile, right? So that's where you could input that domain list into Apollo.
Yeah.
And then from there, you have what? You have context. You can enrich the rest using some GPT. You can segment the audience accordingly. So, okay, this
Mm-hmm.
person follows this person and like this one. This person is an AI consultant and they need advanced make automations. You know, they follow advanced make automations, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of like all clicks together right there. Instead of just targeting a broader audience with a template, now you can start
Yeah.
to target them with a personalized segment as well as a personalized message, and you get really high relevancy then,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I gave you a really quick kind of breakdown, obviously before the actions. You know, I play in lead gen every day. Like I've been doing it for the
Yeah.
last couple of years, like I do. It's just what I do. And but that's what I would kind of like recommend in your shoes, right? And I'm really telling you this because you need a strategy to work in order
Yeah.
for really anything to be ever sold to you, so to speak, right?
Yes. Yes.
Whether it be inboxes, whether it be leads, whether it be a service. I mean, some things you're going to buy regardless, right? But that attached with where you should be going, in my opinion, from my experience, is kind of like the right way to guide people. All right. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Perfect. So, do you think, like, because the next campaign is going to start today at 3 p.m. uh France Swiss time, whatever. So until
sure.
then, I'm gonna make the changes and see how it goes out with these inputs you just gave me. I mean, I paid
Yeah. Yeah.
about 3K for a course 6 months ago, and I got some inputs, but these inputs are very nice, especially when it comes to copy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've gone through a lot of different courses like that, so to speak, a lot of different gurus.
Hmm.
And a lot of what you just learned is literally through testing and
Yes.
just imagining on the ceiling like a chessboard. Breaking down human psychology is what kind of gives you the edge later on.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Uh, so if you're interested in learning something like this, because it sounds like you've invested into it because you were expecting a result, I do personal consulting as well for my audience on LinkedIn. In case you're
Hmm.
wanting some free content before we engage in something like that, I do have a YouTube channel. You're free to look at some of the frameworks that I post. I really don't hold
Cool.
back on them. They're not the sexiest videos, uh, I'd say video quality wise or something like that, but I do go deep into concepts, basically like what I did for you, right?
Cool.
Um, but I do personalized consulting. I have an agency. I have my own software as well. It's called Peaker,
Speaker.
Peaker.ai.
Yeah.
Yes. And Peaker actually might be really relevant for you. I'll say kind of if we engage in a certain way or if we go a certain way, but essentially it allows you to scrape those Apollo leads, same way as you're doing it through a reseller, but be independent.
Mhm.
It allows you to have a lot of key automations around AI prompting. So like
Mhm.
say the niche, right? Or the specific automation that we talked about, or the dream action. Well, those
Yeah.
are all things AI should be referenced, right? And it does it directly based on the Apollo link too. So everything's configured each time. Happy to show you like kind of actually a quick demo right now if you like.
Please. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So let me present here.
Is the your
Yes.
last name Polish?
Yes, I am Polish.
Cool.
Yes. Um, so here's like a quick kind of overview, I guess you could say. So we have a
Hmm.
list builder, as I was mentioning to you. Basically, there's two types of lists that you want to build, right? So either there's intent-based audiences, like I told you, or there's company sourcing with specific segments. What you've been doing mainly is company sourcing. So you could
Hmm.
say, just like Apollo, configure your Crunchbase URL, put in your free trial, watch our tutorial on how to do everything. Very
Hmm.
simple. and you get your list back. Same thing with Google Maps, same thing with Clutch or Job Board.
Cool.
And from here, you get a list of companies. And that allows you to reference it with your Apollo scraper, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So you can put in a company list, like a specific company list that we've had. You can name your list. You can put in, let's say, your Apollo URL with the
Mm-hmm.
exact company list that you want, or just a specific contact role. So, like, let's just say CEOs. You can put in the number of contacts you want. You can verify standard, let's just say through the verifier, or you can also do your, let's say, catch-all verification, as well as your
Got it.
like email waterfall. So if because you know from verifying, Apollo only really like they have like 40 or 50% of regular emails. So we added a lot of verifying and waterfalling, which finds the rest of those emails. And all you do is you put in your API keys. And then the
Got it.
last thing is like, for example, within this prompt here, right? Let's say with their niche, there's an easy example here. So we
Mm-hmm.
basically create a bunch of easy prompting. Let's say, I think I have a niche prompt here, industry niche, for example, right? And you can see there's here. We basically put in prompts, we put in the variables, so it's unique per company. You can have Google search, you put in your own API keys, and basically you save, and it runs, right? And as a result, you get a fully built list that's all synced up and integrated because it's based on the variables from the Apollo scraper that we've built. And it
Mm-hmm.
allows you to create everything very, very quickly as compared to, okay, now I'm going to scrape, then I'm going to go verify, then I'm going to go reformat, then I'm going to go do this and that. We did it all in one place, right? Uh, we're building this specifically for, I'll say, cold email agencies mainly right now, but we are exploring like other, I'll say, use cases. Um, so, and then also comes up with like, we're going to have, well, we have our own inboxes that we resell. I think that's how we connected through this call.
Yeah.
And it essentially allows you to, sync everything up. And we have a lot of like advanced domain settings. But my team and I, we've been using it a lot. Like, as you can see here, there's what 138 lists we've created
Yeah.
the last weeks here. You basically see everything that's like what actions were taken, for example. So like the
Can you
amount of
send emails through this too?
no, it would connect to your instantly, but
Oh, cool.
basically you just download your end result file, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it'll download, and you just upload this directly to your instantly, or when we finally build the integration, you'll be able to put it there, right?
Got it.
So it's a
Nice.
full SaaS product that we're building out. It's already live. We have a lot of customers,
Mm-hmm.
for specific customers, but yeah, there's the company list, and then there's like the contact list, I'll say, right?
Got it.
So. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to, I'll say, go about this all, right? So I've been in the space a while.
Yeah, I understand. Absolutely. Yeah, as you said before, I think before I don't have like a working strategy right here. I don't think so. I don't think it would make sense to invest a lot into different stuff. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
was fucking tired. I don't know. Crazy.
yeah. So what I would do in your shoes, honestly, try out this strategy, try to personalize some things,
Mm-hmm.
if you have a current way of doing that. And then when you're finally ready to scale up, or you're wanting more guidance on the rest of the process, of course, you know where to find me.
Can you
So
drop me your LinkedIn, please, on the Google chat?
yes, here you go. So there's my LinkedIn. I will say I'm a little bit popular on the LinkedIn DMs. It's hard to reach me there.
Okay.
The best way to reach me definitely be through my Slack channel for Peaker. Is that something you have? Do you have a Slack?
Yes, yes, I have. Enjoy.
Let me. It's on the website, on the bottom of the website, actually.
Yeah, I just saw it. Uh, I don't have a Slack account with that email, but I created one. I need to integrate Slack more, man. I think it's valuable.
Sure. Yeah. The other option is I have Discord, but I use kind of Discord and Slack mainly, in case
Got
you're
it.
wondering.
I'm in the Slack.
Cool. Yeah,
Perfect,
just
man.
send me a message. when it's time to kind of scale up for your end, or if you're wanting consulting or something like that. Like I do really basically either it's monthly or per session. That's really
Mhm.
what I do.
How much do you
Uh,
charge for a session?
I mean, typically I do what, four, five, like a strategy where we really go into defining something like this, how we would execute it, and then like the rest of it typically is 500. That's typically like an hour to an hour and a half. But if you're wanting more like full execution, okay, now we get the responses, now what? Now we get the sales
Mhm.
call, now what? Now we get the closing call, now what? That's
Mhm.
typically that's what I do for like 3K a month, right? So within that though, it's like month to month. We give you exactly the game plan. You get 2 hours a week with me,
Mhm.
and you enough time to have like the exact homework. So like similar to this, but it's far more in depth,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
understood.
yeah.
Understood.
So
Perfect, man.
cool.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I know where to find you, so I will work with the inputs you just gave me. And yeah,
Cool. You know,
thank you, man.
speaking with you. Reach out when the time is right, and
Nice to meet you, man. Yeah, absolutely. Wish
bye.
you a good stay in France.
Thank you. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.